Hello, Aries. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Okay, Aries, so free will, workaholic, and night song. I think at the beginning of November for you, it's going to be about looking at the things that you may have been avoiding or dealing with an issue of feeling like your free will is being imposed on and it's preventing you from doing something creative. Because night song is talking about your talents and you needing to bring that out now. And free will, that's just saying that you have the right to say yes or no to whatever is going on. But some of you may be using work as an excuse not to deal with a situation, and whatever that is, you're going to have to look at that. You know, and it may be something simple, right? Like needing to make that doctor's appointment or going and getting your hair cut, whatever it is you've been putting off. The Five of Wands, conflict, competition, petty. It's petty. You may feel like you're dealing with that at work. For others of you, that could be internal conflict going on. And that may be what you're avoiding too, right? Like not wanting to get into a conflict again. All right, Aries, your overall, the Lovers, oh boy, okay. So, and I like how this one kind of shows the choosing what your heart really wants versus what you see as temptation. But for some of you, absolutely, it could be about a significant relationship. And for others of you, it's just choosing what you love. In the past, the Chariot. Okay, so if this has to do with a long distance relationship, I think that there may have been plans to meet in the past with the Chariot. Now, for others of you, though, you may have had to already make a big move for a relationship or a marriage, whatever it happens to be. And then for others of you, it's just very simply, you're focusing on love in your life right now. And with the Chariot, you've been getting your shit together, moving things forward. In the present, the Queen of Pentacles, very nice. So I like seeing her when it comes to relationship cards because she is not emotionally dependent or needy. So right now, a lot of you may feel very self-reliant, independent, you know, able to take care of yourself, taking care of you and yours, right? But this may also be you needing to go somewhere different. And I say that because of the Chariot. But if we're talking about self-control and you're moving into the Queen of Pentacles, you're managing your material wealth better, I think. And I only say that because the Chariot indicates willpower and self-control. So like getting things on track in a really big way, making big moves, and being in a better place, possibly financially. But in terms of a relationship, this isn't, you know, I don't need to have this. I don't need somebody to take care of me. The Queen of Wands in future conditions. Not only are you making some coin, but you're feeling really good about yourself. I always see the Queen of Wands as, and it doesn't matter how you identify, if you're internalizing this, this is feeling good, looking good, having confidence, being able to manage what's going on. Some of you may be getting like a better position with work, and that may lead to meeting someone. Now you do have two people here, and they may make you feel two different ways. And I'm going back to the Chariot, and I'm looking at this like getting things under control, right? But if this is just what this is bringing out of you, this is really good. So there may be somebody that catches your attention, or you're catching theirs. Interesting. Your best path to follow, the Two of Swords. This is a difficult choice, isn't it? So, for some of you, when it comes to a relationship, it's like choosing something practical versus choosing something that just, you know, makes you feel really good about yourself and passionate, right? Nothing negative here, though, but it's a difficult choice with the Two of Swords. But the advice there would be that you may not be seeing something in particular having to do with a person. You know, it does. It feels like for some of you, there is someone in particular, or there's two different people. Now, if it's just one person that you're looking at, it makes you feel two very different ways. Now, for some of you, it's like, do I want to get into a relationship? The Two of Swords, right? If you are able to take care of yourself and do your own thing, why would you want to get involved with somebody else? Right? So that may be one of the truths. The other one is that you have passion. And you might want to have a passionate relationship. But this is, you know, don't ignore things, right? Like, don't ignore certain aspects, I want to say, of a person that you may be looking at. If you have an interest in them, because I'm looking at this and going, If you know that it's just a temptation and it's not something that you would see long term, that's where you have to be careful about the choice that you make. Wow. In your environment, the world, you can have whatever you want. The Queen of Pentacles in the world, if that's you in the present moment, it took you a minute to get there, but God damn it, you did. And coming down, yeah. So now, absolutely, this could be about the ending of a cycle in a very successful way. We don't ever have to repeat that cycle again. And this may be where some of you are like, I don't know that I want to restart that kind of major relationship. Or I don't want to keep doing the same pattern that only creates like short-term situations, especially in relationships. Because again, I go back to the Chariot, right? It took willpower to get you going in the right direction. And it's like you're needing that now when it comes to either somebody that you have an interest in or somebody that's interested in you, because she attracts attention. But I think it's because of that it brings out that passionate side. But I'm looking at this and going, you're good right now. Why would you want to do it? Other than you want to feel love and know what a long-term relationship looks like, right? Now, that's only going to be for some of you. Okay, your hopes and your fears, the Knight of Wands. This is exactly what I was talking about. Now, if this is you, this would be you saying to yourself, okay, look, right? Like, I've got everything under control in my outer world. Why would I want to get caught up in the same kind of chases, right? So it may be the fear that, you know, your passions drive you a little bit too far and you get involved with something that may not exactly be what you would have chosen in terms of a long-term relationship. And I say that because of the world. Now, for others of you, you're straight up fearing that, yeah, it's just going to be this quick experience. You know, that's not where the Lovers is going. And it would make sense. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking too, maybe this isn't something that you should be choosing right now. You know, it depends on how you look at this. You may be saying to yourself, yeah, I know better than to get involved in anything long-term right now. But this says otherwise, right? And then coming out the Tower. Jeez. All right. What is this shocking, drastic turn of events? It doesn't look bad. The Queen of Cups, oh boy. You got, and there you are. You got all these queens. You've got Gemini and Aries. And Cancer kicking it off. And then the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So, this is something that is going to come in quick and drastically change everything. And I don't think in this case that this is about false foundations for you. Very specifically, if this has to do with looking at a long-term relationship, I don't think that that's something that you should be choosing to do right now. Because you're kind of done with that. Now, for some of you, absolutely, you may be all of a sudden shocking everybody and getting married. But I think really that this is for those of you who are sitting pretty without having to be in any type of relationship or not dependent on any type. Because I'm looking at the Chariot with the Queen of Cups and the Tower as the past. This is like saying that your emotions were constantly being triggered. Not in a bad way, but in a loving way. Like, yeah, I really feel this. But not really, you know, looking at the long term. And I say that again because of this and everything crashing down. It's almost like you want to feel love. You've wanted to feel love so much so that it has caused situations where you've been pulled two different ways. Now, this absolutely could be somebody coming through that may be shocking your world and making you feel something. But because I'm looking at the past, I think that that's how you may have felt before. And that may, again, have to do with somebody in particular. Here you are with the Emperor. Control. Absolutely. You're in control of what happens next. But I don't think that this is something you should decide. And with the Four of Pentacles, you're like, yeah, you know, I don't really know if I want to give up anything. Now, for some of you, it may be that the best way for you to control the situation is to not be open with your emotions. And that's only going to be for some of you, but I'm looking at this with the Tower going, geez, man, you know, this is something big that comes through. And it may be a person that changes the way that you used to feel. But absolutely, you know, you're in control of the situation. And if you don't feel like you want to give anything of yourself to a long-term relationship right now, it may be that you just have to be honest, like, hey, I can't make that choice right now. You know, you just experienced a sort of ending, but not in a bad way. Wow, man. Expansion. Renewal. And be open. So if we're talking about things in your world expanding, it's for the purpose of a renewal for you, and you need to be open to that. And that may have to do with how you feel about long-term relationships. Something may come through and challenge everything that you thought about a relationship. But there's still very much a part of you that's hesitant about opening up fully. And for some of you, though, you may be looking at that person that way too. Like, you know, here's my heart, where's yours? First light, beginning a new cycle. And then embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. Yeah, because, you know, if you're not in a relationship right now, you sure the hell don't need one. And that may be where you have been for a minute, but something catches your attention. And it catches you in your feels too. But if you feel like that's not a choice you want to make right now, just have fun with it with the Knight of Wands, you know? And if it is catching you, this is the beginning of something completely new that may lead to something long-term. And that may be very shocking to you, but it's exciting, right? So embrace it.